today I took a trade where I risked 2.25 points to make 14 points on ES futures using order flow platforms like Bookmap and Sierra Chart. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you guys through my key levels for today, how I came up with my pre-market plan, the entry and the exit, and make sure you stay until the end to see the live footage of me taking this trade in real time. But before we get into it, if you guys like these trade breakdowns, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I post extremely valuable content specifically related to trading futures using order flow. Also, make sure to check out my TikTok and my Instagram where I post daily order flow trading sauce as well. But with all that being said, let's just get right into the trade. All right, boys, so hopping in the Discord here, right over to the pre-market plan. I'm gonna walk you guys through my levels of interest for today. This is October 9th, by the way. And let me just explain these to you and then I'll get into the pre-market plan real quick. So yesterday during the session, there was a crazy delta outlier and right at 67.90. So this is pretty much 30-minute demand, but also we had a delta outlier right here at 67.90. All of you guys can go back and look at yesterday's order flow data. You're going to see a positive delta of around plus 3,500, maybe a little bit more, right at 67.90. So this is the main area of interest that I'm watching from yesterday's session. So on top of that, pretty much opening up at all-time highs. Yesterday's close right here. Oh, let me remove this top step thing. Yesterday's close was right here at 68.02 PDC. That's what that is. So to be honest with you guys, the only level of interest that I really have is this delta outlier at 67.90. So my plan for today's session revolved pretty much all around that. I'm watching for a pullback into 67.90 to be supported by strong buying to take it long up to the previous day's close and then all-time highs. If we break below 67.84, I will be watching to take it short, targeting 67.74 down to 64. So this delta outlier slash demand I had started at 67.90 and I drew it down to the 84. That's where that level came from. Like I said, this whole plan pretty much revolves around this single level right here. I had nothing above that was really interesting to me. This was the most significant activity I had close to us. So that's my plan. All revolves around this. Basically, if we get supported here, I'm taking it long. If we break this, I could be taking it short down to 774 and then maybe even lower. Who knows? So those are my key levels for today, and that is my pre-market plan. Let's just hop right into the order flow data and I'll show you guys. This is Bookmap. This is a heat map. It is basically just a different visual representation of a DOM, which is right on the right here. If you need a Bookmap discount code, it's in the description. But right here is where I took the trade. Pretty much this trade was within the first 9 minutes of the session being open. So let me just explain to you why I do that, because I really don't like taking trades early on into the open, but this was one of those scenarios that made sense to me and I took it. You guys remember from my other videos, I said I have no problem targeting my key level for the day if we're opening up far enough above it and I have a reason to get position. So like for today, it was another instance where my plan was to take it long at that support from yesterday, opening up about 15 points above it. So basically what happened again is I found a setup to target my key level for the day. That was right here. So we opened up, we had some buying, it immediately gets shut down and we leave an area of lower volume right here. So basically this is what it looked like. If I scooch it over, you can see that area of low volume from around, call it 806, give it up to 808. Only a 2-point range, really, only a 2-point area, but still an area of low volume where we had some aggression and then some sellers taken over right there. After this happens, 802 is the previous day's close, keep in mind. As soon as we start creeping up to these orders, or these offers here, right at the 806s, I spotted this buying right here that was trapped right under these 806s, 807s, and as soon as they got put underwater, I tried it short and I got filled at 83.75. So actually I got filled all the way down here. Just to show you guys what it looks like on a footprint chart, this was the candle I got short on. We had some delta right off the open. This next candle, nothing really significant. And on this candle, we had that 201 contracts getting traded right here at a 401 volume. So this is a significant amount of buying that is not moving the market at this price for me. As soon as we came under it, we're also under this delta right here. I took it short at 83.75, right around this where my cursor's at. My stop loss was right here at 806, and that was my entry. So once again, the reason for my entry is this buying getting trapped in this area of lower volume where this aggression just already got shut down from buyers. Also earlier, right before the open, we had some trapped buying at these 806s. So now that we were under these 806s, this was now resisting price. The selling started to come in and this trade worked out immediately as it should. So now as far as the exits, you guys remember my target for this trade was down here at the 67.90s, which was that delta outlier from yesterday, like I said. So yeah, obviously that's what I was targeting on this trade. But as far as my fills, you guys know I like to scale out, and I scaled out. I can just show you my fills. So here were my fills for this trade. So I was short at 803.75. I got 5 short 20 contracts, by the way. I got 5 off at the 96.50, another 5 off at the 94, roughly 95. So I was half off, around 8 points in profit, I believe it was, and break even obviously. But the rest of my contracts I got all out, it looks like, at 92 on this strong push that we had. As soon as all these bids got filled off this strong push, I just decided to get all out right away. So that was what I did. So yeah, those were my exits on this trade. Obviously you could have held this a little bit, and another situation where it might have wanted to run another 20 points lower, but all I needed was $1,000 to pass this combine, so that's what I did. But so yeah, those are my levels of interest. That was my pre-market plan. That was the entry, that was the exit. And now I'm going to show you guys the real-time footage of me taking this trade in real time. If buyers cannot take those 807s, or they take them and they cannot remain above the 807s, that would be a bearish indication. I would anticipate a move down to that delta outlier. Now we got more offers coming in, it looks like. I'm taking a short. I'm targeting the delta outlier at 90s based off of these buyers getting trapped plus these offers right here. So if this works out, it'll work out quickly. Just need to see that selling start coming in again and break below this 802 and hold. So I'm break even on it already. No reason for it to come back up to the 804 if I'm correct. Just need to see that selling continue to come in here. So I want to see it accelerate through these bids. We'll see if we get that any second now. And I just took 5 off just to get myself a free trade in case this does go break even on me. 5 off right now is roughly $200. It's really 172, but that would be equal to a free trade for me if this breaks even. And I'm really trying to target these 90s. This is like the next most significant area of interest that I have. I'd be surprised if we didn't go down and test the 90s at some point today. Now that we're already down here, I really do not see any reason why we don't hit my target here. The only thing that's stopping us is all of these bids right here. That is definitely something that's in the way. But so I'm out half at roughly 9 points in, 9 points in profit. I'm out half, probably more like 8. I'm really out half at like 8. So now we're popping up into an area of low volume that ends roughly around the 803s. If this gets bought up, if we buy up through these 803s, then the rest of this trade is going to get stopped out 100%. But this would be the place the trade failed if it was going to fail. If these sellers are true and there's more coming, we're probably going to sell off right from here, from the 800s to the 803s. If this is not going to be a further downside move, then buyers should be able to take all these 803s. We'll see what happens right here. This is kind of like the make or break for this continuation. It looks decent right now. Some strength from sellers right in that LVN, like I just told you guys, from the 800s to the 803s. It's exactly, oh wow,